Welcome you all to this video lecture. This is N. Manikandan, Assistant Professor, Department of Physics, Government College of Engineering, Bodinakennur. The topic covered in this video is factors affecting acoustics of buildings and their remedies. The factors affecting the acoustics of a building are optimum reverberation time, loudness, focusing, echoes, echelon effect, resonance, and noise. First, we see about optimum reverberation time. A satisfactory or preferred value of reverberation time is called optimum reverberation time. If reverberation time is in a hall is too large, there is an overlapping of successive sounds, which results in a loss of clarity and echo. On the other hand, if the reverberation time is very small, loudness is not sufficient, the speaker may find no response from the audience. Such a hall is considered as dead by the speaker. Thus, it is very important that reverberation time in a hall should not be too long or short. The satisfactory reverberation times. The satisfactory reverberation time required are for speeches 0.5 second, for music 1 to 2 second, for theatres 1.1 to 1.5 second. What are the remedies? Providing many windows and ventilators, covering a part of the ceiling, walls and even the back of chairs with suitable sound absorbing materials, using curtains with folds, covering the floor with the carpets and having graded ceiling tops, having a good size of audience, decorating the walls with pictures and maps. Second one is loudness. Loudness is the degree of sensation produced on the air. If the intensity of sound is weak, loudness may go below the level of audibility. Sufficient loudness in every part of the hall is important for satisfactory hearing. What are the remedies? To get good loudness by placing board behind the speaker facing the audience. Large polished wooden reflecting surface above the speakers are helpful. Use of good quality of loudspeakers is essential. Low ceilings are helpful for better reflection of sound. The wall at speakers end should be given a parabolic shape which ensures uniform sound intensity in every part of the hall. Third one is focusing. If there is any concave surface either in the wall or ceiling, it will cause focusing effect. That is, concentration of sound takes place in a particular region while in other region does not reach. In some cases, the observer receives sound directly from the speaker. He also receives reflected and focused sound from the ceiling. Thus, the intensity of the sound is comparatively higher for him than others at other places in the hall. Sometimes the direct sound and the reflected sound may not be in phase, that is, opposite phase. This may result in the loss of sound and a minimum intensity is heard. Further, the direct and the reflected sounds may form a stationary waveform. All the above effects result in an uneven distribution of sound. What are the remedies? Concave surface should be avoided during construction or make it flat by external means. Ceiling should be as low as possible. A parabolic reflecting surface arranged with the speaker at the focus is also helpful in sending a uniform reflected beam of sound in the hall. If curved surfaces are present in the hall, they should be covered with good absorbent material. Fourth one is echoes. An echo is the repetition of the original sound by a reflecting surface. An echo is produced when the reflecting surface is more than 17 meters away from the sound source, or the time interval between the two sounds is about 1/7 of a second. There are two types of echoes. The first one is discrete echoes. The echoing sound is heard distinctly after the original sound had died down. Echoes heard in canyons and mountains belong to this category. The second one is flutter echoes. It occurs when sound is rapidly bounced back and forth between two parallel walls, also between ceiling and floor, creating a ringing effect. What are the remedies? Echoes may be avoided by covering the long distance walls and high ceiling with good sound absorbent material, by providing enough number of windows and doors, by avoiding curved surfaces in the design of the hall. Fifth one is echelon effect. If there is a regular structure like a flight of stairs or a set of railing in the hall, the sound produced in front of such a structure may produce a sound note due to a regular repetition of echoes of the original sound to the observer. Such an effect is called echelon effect. What are the remedies? Regular structures like staircases or a set of railing in the hall should be avoided. The staircases may be covered with carpets to avoid reflection. Sixth one is resonance. When the frequency of vibration matches with some note of audio frequency, resonance takes place. Window panels, section of wooden portions which are loosely fitted start vibrating and create extra sound. Due to interference between original sound and created sound, the original sound is distorted. What are the remedies? Window panels must be fixed rigidity. It can be rectified by hanging curtains in the hall. By giving proper ventilations and adjusting the reverberation time to an optimum value, resonant vibration may be minimized. The last one is noise. Unwanted sound which does not give any pleasing effect to our ears is called noise. There are three types of noise, that is airborne noise, structure-borne noise, inside noise. First we see about airborne noise. The noise which commonly reaches the hall from outside through open windows, doors and ventilators is known as airborne noise or outside noise. This is more common in densely populated area or a room beside an area with heavy traffic. What are the remedies? The use of double doors and windows with separate frames and by placing sound absorbing material in between them, by allotting proper places for windows and doors, by making the hall air conditioned, using heavy glasses in doors, windows and ventilators. Structure-borne noise. The noises which are conveyed through the structure of a building are called structure-borne noise. These noises may be caused due to structure vibration due to any activity around the structure. Example, hammering, drilling and operating machines, etc. What are the remedies? Covering the floors and ceilings with suitable sound absorbing materials and anti-vibration mounts. Noise from water pipe can be controlled by using rubber couplings at junctions, using double walls with an air space between them. Last one is inside noise. The noises which are produced inside the hall or rooms in big office are called inside noise. Example, the sound created by movement of furniture, moving of people, crying babies, the sound produced from machines, typewriter, etc. What are the remedies? The walls, floors and ceilings can be covered with suitable sound absorbing materials. Machines and typewriters can be placed over sound absorbing materials. Okay, thank you.